Seong Han, who saw Yujin coming, told Yujin that he had to return because the situation there was very dangerous. The raging monsters were so powerful. Yujin confidently said that he had a plan. Yujin told Seong Han to use his shield skill again. At first, Seong Han doesn't want to listen to Yujin, but after being told the plan, Seong Han finally agrees to obey Yujin. He used his shield skill and confined the monster. Seong Han himself just found out that it turns out that his skill can be used like that, and it is thanks to Yujin. After the monster was trapped, Yujin immediately ran towards the monster. Previously, Yujin had purchased an A-rank poison item just in case of an emergency. And it was times like these that he could use the poison. Yujin plans to destroy the poison orb in Seong Han's barrier, and then Seong Han will close the barrier perfectly. The monsters trapped inside would be unable to escape, and would be poisoned to death. But when Yujin looked inside Seong Han's barrier, the monster had disappeared. The monster managed to escape and pulled Yujin. When the situation is precarious like that, Yerim suddenly comes and intends to help Yujin. Yerim hit the monster and distracted it so Yujin could run away. When Yejin and Yerim were running, Yujin asked why Yerim was there. Yerim was just an ordinary citizen. Yujin clearly said that Yerim was still too young and had not awakened yet. But Yerim can only say that she knows that. Therefore she needs Yujin's power so she can be awakened. Yerim felt that Yujin was a person who genuinely cared for her, even when her uncle ran away without caring about her. When monsters attacked Yerim, Yujin was the one who helped her. Yerim also felt angry with herself because she could only hope others could protect her. She really wanted the power to be able to defend herself. Yerim no longer wanted to be constrained by age and expected to be pitied by others. She wants the strength to be able to live to be herself. Yujin, who was touched by Yerim's words, finally grabbed Yerim's hand. That's when a miracle happened. The rise of a Korean ice queen who will be the most talked hunter in the next few days. The system explained that Yerim had awakened to an S-ranker. Yerim, who wanted to measure her strength, hit the monster. But what Yujin and Seong Han saw was crazy. The power of the S-rank hunter is beyond their logic. Yerim then picked a stick, and flew towards the monster. But because she still can't control her strength, Yujin can only yell so that Yerim doesn't go too far and instead hurts the people around her. Yujin, who saw Yerim, could only smile too. He didn't expect the hunter who used to be called the Ice Witch to smile like that. At that time, suddenly someone approached Yujin and used his black fire. Yuyeon came and helped Yerim kill the monster in one hit. Yujin, who saw that, called Yuyeon, but what Yuyeon did afterwards only scolded Yujin. But Yujin said that he had found a hunter who would become his bodyguard, an S-rank hunter named Park Yerim. Yujin then explained that he would be the custodian for Yerim. Yuyeon, who was shocked, could only protest. And Yerim, who heard that, was confused. Seong Han explained to Yerim that the custodian was the guardian of an awakened hunter who was still underage. In short, Yujin will be a temporary parent to Yerim. Surprised, Yerim said that Yujin didn't need to do that, and Yuyeon agreed. Yuyeon explained that there were many cases of high-level hunters disobeying and assaulting guardians, not to mention that Yujin was only an F-rank hunter. Yerim didn't accept it and said she would never hurt Yujin. Yujin, who was already too annoyed, finally got angry. He finally said that he would become the Yerim's guardian, and his decision was final. He shooed Yuyeon away and said that the guild leader should clean up the mess after the dungeon break, not talk to him. After Yuyeon left, Yujin told Yerim to sit down. He took Yerim's shoes and put them on Yerim's feet. He said the shoes were too worn out and Yujin would buy new ones for her. Yujin said that he wanted to be a guardian for Yerim because he knew what Yerim felt. When his parents died, he had no one who could help him. Yerim smiled and said she was happy that Yujin wanted to be her guardian. Yujin returned Yerim's smile, and said that he loved Yerim. Yerim, who heard that, could only laugh. At that time, the system explained that Park Yerim had been influenced by the keywords. Suddenly, from a distance, Yerim's uncle came. He asked if Yerim had awakened. Yerim replied that she had been awakened, and had made a contract with Yujin. His uncle is angry and doesn't accept it because Yujin arbitrarily makes contracts with minors. However, Yujin explained that Yerim, who was 15 years old, was already under a special law regarding hunters. Every hunter over the age of 14 can be independent. Yujin also said that he had footage and CCTV as proof that Yerim's uncle always exploited and committed violence against Yerim. Yerim's uncle, who was angry, immediately attacked Yujin. However, Yerim soon intervened and threatened her uncle. She said that she had been patient enough all this time, and if her uncle interfered anymore with her life or Yujin's life, Yerim would not stay silent. Since then, Yerim officially became a member of Abby's guild and became Yujin's bodyguard. A week passed. Yujin and Yuyeon talked with each other. They came to see Yerim, who was practicing. They were shocked to see Yerim's practice room, which was in ruins. Yujin watched Yerim's progress and could only be astonished. Yerim, who saw Yujin, came and greeted him. However, Yujin was even more surprised to see Yerim, who had changed entirely. Yerim explained that she had completely changed her style and cut her hair. Yerim also explained that now she has several new skills. She gets the Shadowless Day as crowd control and White Corpse, which functions is to draw out information from corpses. After that, Yerim went to the hunter's office and registered herself as the 8th rank S hunter in Korea. Yujin, who had terrible experiences with crowds and the media, could only watch Yerim from afar. Yujin recalled that so many things had changed. Yerim, who was supposed to be awakened at the age of 18, has now awakened at the age of 15. The Park Yerim that he remembered before had also completely changed. Yerim smiled a lot and very confident. Even a dungeon break that should never have happened suddenly appeared. Yujin, who didn't want to overthink, finally decided to use his skills and look for potential hunters. All he saw were low-level hunters there. But suddenly, Yujin ran and approached someone. Yujin pulled the person's hand. He thought that he would use his skill again to sharpen a diamond that had never shone in his previous life. A hunter with SS rank potential that never existed before he turned back time. Yujin greets a rank F hunter named Myungwoo. Yujin pretended to be his acquaintance. He saw the potential of Myungwoo, who could get an SS rank skill as a master smithy. Skills that focus on making weapons and equipment. A skill he never knew and a skill that had never awakened before. Yujin was sure that if Myungwoo awakened the skill, Myungwoo would become one of the most important hunters in the world. Yujin asked if Myungwoo had just awakened. Myungwoo agreed and said that he was only a level F hunter. He only registered himself as a hunter to get subsidies from the government. Yujin then invited him to get together to get basic education for hunters in his guild. But Seonghan came and grabbed Yujin. He said that only guild members could get basic education at Abby's guild. Myung-woo, who saw Seonghan, asked how Yujin knew Seonghan. Yujin then proudly said that Abby's guild master was his little brother. Yujin again invited Myung-woo to join him in his guild. Myung-woo, who didn't remember Yujin, tried to refuse, but Yujin still forced him. He said that Myung-woo deserved it. Myung-woo, who was touched, then cried very loudly. Yujin, who was surprised to see that, asked Myung-woo to sit down. Myung-woo then apologized because he had cried earlier. He explained that it had been a long since anyone had said he deserved something valuable. Since childhood, Myung-woo has been very good at making things. But when he grew up, his parents said it was all useless and told him to study and become an employee. But all of them went downhill from there. He has no talent for studying. His life was in trouble, to the point where he already had a lot of debt wrapped around him. Yujin just looked down. He said that he also knew what it was like to live like that. Even after he turned back time, everything remained the same. Hunters are distinguished in rank. Only hunters who are good at fighting and healers are accepted. If you are not one of them, you are just an F rank, both a hunter and within society. Yujin thought about what would happen to Myung-woo if Yujin didn't help him and knew about Myung-woo's extraordinary talent. Yujin stood up and said that he didn't care about other people's opinions. Who cares if other people can't see your true worth? This world is already hard enough to live in, even if you have confidence. Yujin encouraged Myung-woo and said his skill keywords. I love you, Myung-woo, and the system explained that Myung-woo had been influenced. Yujin thought that fate would run smoothly afterwards, but what happened was the rejection from the Abby's guild team leader, Suk Sim-young. He asked how Yujin could invite a stranger to receive a guild education. He explained that guild education is the same as a reference for some promising individuals. How could he give that to trash of unknown origin? Myung-woo, who heard that, could only accept the harsh reality. Myung-woo ran while crying and got out of there. Yujin came to Myung-woo and said that the team leader was very cruel. He will contact Yohayan and ask for his help. But Myung-woo refused. He said that he was pretty happy with Yujin, who encouraged him. Myung-woo said he was going home and would look for a job elsewhere. Myung-woo said that there was somewhere that offered him a job, and he would be picked up. A car came, and Yujin saw some thugs greeting them and going to pick up Myung-woo. Yujin, who saw it, could only feel a bad feeling that would befall Myung-woo if he joined the thugs. So that is the end of the chapter. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to WebStory. And don't forget to check another video in this channel for another interesting story.